Hey everyone, welcome back to more Endless Legend. I'm Disturbing Puppet. We're continuing our campaign here playing as the Drakken, and things are getting close to the end here, I think. So I recently found out, having played through, that apparently the game will max it at 300 turns, which I actually think is very nice. So kind of no matter what, whoever's at lead in points, if no one else has won at that point, that's the end of the game, so that's kind of a nice thing. As you can kind of see, we have expanded pretty aggressively here. We've now settled all the way out to here. I am building a settler to settle Marwan. These guys here have expanded and taken Gayala, so they do have a bit of access to the coast. So we've done a little exploring over here on this continent. I've got a couple armies running around checking things out, and things are rapidly changing. So these guys are is it the Broken Lords? Something like that? Yes, Broken Lords. So that's these guys. They've been expanding quite a bit, and they're actually at war with the Wild Walkers, who were by far in the lead when things were going their way earlier, but they're now being kind of absorbed by them, it looks like. They've been kind of at war with everyone for a very long time. So winter just got over not too long ago, so I was doing some exploring, looking around. Actually, I might even be in your territory here. What army's there? Where are my other armies there? Yeah. So I was kind of looking around and seeing like a lot of his cities were actually being raided by some of these local groups that are popping up. So it's sort of the locals attacking, ravaging stuff. I had ships out here. We're kind of seeing like, yeah, they're just rampaging around and like burning all his cities down and stuff. So, I decided partially that and partially because he was cutting me off from the ocean by having grabbed these ocean tiles and closing the border to me, that I think the Wild Walkers need protecting, and they need to be included in the Protectorate. So we're now at war with the Wild Walkers. Just recently, I have moved in and taken this away from them so they don't control this zone anymore. And this actually had a really good luxury booster on it. So this here is giving me extra luxury resources, 50% more, which is pretty fantastic. I'm making just crap tons of money, which might lead to an economic victory, apparently. I had a thing pop up not too long ago that I'm about 80% of the way to an economic victory, and now I'm making 20k a turn, which is bonkers. So that might be the first way things end. The other way would be time. We're also working on a research victory, but I think I'm currently working on a way to improve my research. It does say this counts for scientific victory. I don't think that means we win when we get it. I think we probably have to get all of the tier 6s, but it might just be when you get one. But it kind of makes no sense that you would win at that point. You see, we are making over 16,000 research a turn now. As far as other ways of winning, I got to notice that I am 20. I think I'm actually 21 territories now, which feels huge, but apparently that's only like halfway to winning. So you need 40 territories under your control to win. So that's a bit of an issue. I guess if we need to, we could just absorb these guys. At this point, settling a new territory is kind of more expensive and more time consuming than just absorbing something that already exists and incorporating it into the Protectorate, as I'm now calling our empire. So these guys, we might do that. We've got a couple armies here on the continent. We've got a couple armies down here on this continent. I have been massively investing in my navy, so I've got naval assets all over the place. But still, so this monster fleet is now in my territory next to my cities, which I'm not happy about. Um, this thing is probably equivalent to like 4 or 5 of my full 8-stack fleets based on strength. So I've just been running away from it whenever it attacks me, which has been a bit of a problem, and I should probably just be fighting it. I'm just kind of getting sick and tired of it causing problems, and now it's even in like my little bay here, which I'm not happy about at all. Um, yeah, I was kind of thinking as long as we're inside my own territory, I might be safe because it's supposed to be in this sea zone. But now, just running amok all over the place. We do have some various different things popping out here for quests, but I'm not really that concerned about it. Mainly, we've got our fleets here, kind of checking things out. We just want to take over the sea zones. Mainly, the sea zones are kind of what I'm after, and then getting access. I still have no idea where Masayan is, which is part of my quest. But if you take a look, we have a ton of boosters. Like pretty much every booster active possible is running right now. I've been spending a lot of money buying luxury resources and metals so we can kind of keep building up stuff. I'm actually having a bit of a problem keeping up with glass steel, which is a bit of a problem. So I've been buying tons and tons of it. Um, and we're kind of running out of what's in the market, and prices are going up more and more. But we'll not worry about that too much. So I'm going to try to focus more on just taking actions here and moving stuff, and I might skip over parts of the turns where I'm just kind of checking out my cities and what they're doing. I'm trying to have a couple things queued up everywhere. So yeah, right now we're doing the research for doubling our research, basically. So potentially that 11 turns might be the end. We might actually reach the amount of money I need before then, though. I think it was it 100,000 or was it a million more than I needed? It might have been a million more than I needed, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so as far as this, we've been kind of checking out. There's a whole bunch of pearls around, and there's also places we can check out to grab some cash, so like these old ruins and stuff. So let's just head on up and see what we can see. So we want to find the other fortress that's in this sea zone. What do we have here? Is this lightning? It's rain. Okay. Let's just come on by and see what we can spot. I haven't really run into too many of the Wild Walker fleets here. Okay, taking it a little cautious, so the fort looks like it's up there, so we can grab that, and then we'll move on. I've got other fleets over here, too, up in Lertan. So Lertan I already control. So why don't we come on down? There's a lot of seaweed here, but what you gonna do? It's gonna slow me down no matter what. Fine, let's just cruise on through and see what we can spot. Okay, so he does have a fleet there and a fleet outside. So it's a pretty sizable force. I've got, my scouts here checking things out, too. As far as I know, you can't make, like, if you send an army out, they transfer onto ships automatically. So it's not like these fighting ships could then suddenly invade my territory. They'd have to actually have an army deploy out to the ocean and have them wander around. What do we have out here at sea? Right. Let's go check this out. Get a quest. Captain Pico. Captain Pico, an honorable leader, chose to remain with the bones of the crew who went down with her ship. The captain sits in the captain's chair, throne-like, amidst the ruins of a sunken fortress, and the chest that contained the memories of her lost crew. So far, Pico has managed to prevent the enemy, all matters of pirates, looters, scavengers, and ne'er-do-wells, from stealing any of the relics in this place, as she considers it not a hiding place but the tomb of her deceased team. More troublemakers are coming for her, and she'll willingly accept your help in return for treasure from her own belongings, never that of her crew. Eliminate all units in Yerion. Okay. Is it this zone? Yeah, so this zone. I've got a couple fleets. I don't see one at the moment, so they might not pop into existence until next turn. Okay, we're stuck there. Fine. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab the pearl. Got another pearl there. No sign of anything. This is a pretty big zone, though. So let's start heading out. Just have this one guy here kind of checking things out, and then there's a way to grab some stuff. Okay. Good movement left. Yes. I also have improved my roads, so now I've got a movement boost at the moment from my Empire production screen. So my Empire plan, we've got increased movement, so we're now moving like crazy fast, especially with the winter. Like, it was so slow in winter, and then now that the winter's over, I feel like we're just moving insanely quickly. So we still have some problems here. So we do have a little bathysphere hanging out. We might want to send you up. But we do have a quest here. I think we need a bathysphere for this, and I think it's sneak in without fighting anything, so I don't know if we can actually make it. Yeah, it looks like I can. I think this is where I have the quest. It was like sneak in without fighting, dive. I don't know why it's not working. Switch this location. Yeah, not working for some reason. I can't even click on there. That's weird. I don't think I need a hero to do that. Definitely odd. We've got some fleets running around here too. I'm not happy about that. You know what? Even if it ruins this quest, I really don't care. Let's just deal with these guys. I don't want these guys causing trouble or taking fortresses away from me. Let's go ahead and engage. At this point, I'm usually fighting things quickly. We usually have a pretty massive advantage. I have picked up a bunch of mercenary ships, but also built my own. So most of these fleets are a mix of actual good quality ships and some cheap ones. Well, not cheap, they're actually very expensive, but kind of the ones you can just buy from the marketplace. So we have a nice mix going on. Alright, so as far as other armies... So we have an army here on the border hanging out, ready for us to decide you don't need to be an independent anymore. So you're just going to hang out. Who else do we have? You're probably just going to hang out, kind of keeping a nice view. We've got really good vision and movement on these guys. So kind of as he's moving armies around, it's kind of nice. We've got a couple armies in here holding this down until I get my settler built. And in here, I think we've got a couple turns for the settler. So we'll just stay there. Up here, we probably... So this is the other continent. Yeah, so they're rushing in and like grabbing stuff really quickly. So they just founded their city in a really odd spot there. So... let's go ahead and just check out some ruins on the way up to support my other army, and we'll head into Wild Walker territory. Getting a lot of quests lately. Of course, we're getting free dust quite often too, which will help us get that economic victory. I think like it could just pop up at any moment here, so... Some Hyperion, very nice. Looks like I've got a level. Got a point. Probably... This is health, right? Yeah, give me health in the army. Can we make it? No. Just go there, then. And kind of torn if I just want to go grabbing stuff, but... where is your city? It's pretty far up. I don't know how strong this one is in particular. But taking these coastal areas might be nice. You've got titanium, you've got titan bones. Anything else interesting? Not really. Moonleaf is good. Tell you what, let's just charge on in here and see what happens. So you've only got 2 units in here, but if I attack, they have a really huge health bonus. I think we could still probably take them. So they've been investing in a lot of defenses. So they've got, there's actually little walls and stuff. 500. I haven't really been focusing that much on building defenses on my cities. This one's got 7 units in the city and with a lot of defenses as well. I don't know that we can take this. Okay, that's in the water by ourselves. I could start just besieging the city. Okay, we're not close enough yet. We'll have the others come up and support, and we'll do that. Okay, we already spent that. Fine. Go away. And over here, I think we're just kind of running around grabbing stuff from these various different ruins that we could pick things up in. I think, like, this one has a quest tied to it, so I don't think there's anything I can do with that. I have to do something else first, I think. We can double check here. If you come on over. I think we have to do something first, but I'm not really paying that much attention to the quest at this point because they really aren't going to do much for me. Yeah, we have to do something else. And it's kind of easier to see stuff if we zoom out. I think, yeah, we've got like one out here we can grab, so there's really not much for you to do. But yeah, I can move just an insane amount with these guys now. So if I want to head, like, we're heading down the road, we can just fly across a huge chunk of my empire because we're following the road network. Even though we fly, we're still faster on the roads. So you go ahead and do that. This is my original army here. And I think we'll just kind of hang out. Is there an access route? There's a way in here. There's a way in here. So let's just come on down and like hang out in this general area. There is a tower in the way, but not a big deal. So you're going to stay there. I kind of like this because it gives me some vision. So I think I'm going to leave you there for a little bit. And then I've got these two armies that are kind of hanging out in this zone, checking to see if they want to move in to try to settle it, so I can stop them. So they can stay there. You have a ruin to check. And looks like a pearl to pick up. Okay, some luxury resources. Anything else? No. Okay, so now you can head kind of to the front. A little concerned about like naval forces coming across and landing on me, but we can move so fast now, I think we'll be okay. So I think we're kind of gearing up to maybe absorb these guys if we want to do that. So it looks like I can only get to about there. Fine. Okay, we have a ship here that's kind of trapped, so you're just going to have to hang out. Yeah, so I think we've gone through everything now, so that's all the units. I'll take a quick look at my cities here, but I'm probably going to skip that for the next few turns. So we'll start over here in the capital. Actually, is there anything I want to buy? Glass steel's pretty expensive. We can pick up some. You have to buy in 10s or less. Let's see. I think we're okay. Oh, yeah, we could get some adamantium maybe. Kind of what I'm spending all my money on is either this or massively, as you can kind of see, I've been buying tons of stuff, or speeding up production of buildings. That's kind of been the big thing. So my capital over here, expanding. Currently working on expanding the city even more, and then a unit, because I do want to replace, we've got one of the armies on the other continent has lost a unit, so I can build stuff here, they'll be a much higher level, so I probably should build most of my ground army here, and then we can try to move quickly to the coast, but then we've got to cross or go around my island here. I could make the stuff here, but then it'd be much lower level. So that's an option. I do have some stuff here. Maybe we could pick up. I could buy an army. One of the armies that's down here is actually kind of the remnants of my mercenary army that I bought to defend this island that I just moved over. But anyway, we're kind of set on some production here. You can kind of see we're doing lots and lots of research. I just have passive production going most places, getting more research going. Town criers are generally decent, will give me a bunch more money. We're having problems getting resources to build upgrades, is kind of the thing. Here we've only got a couple turns of things worked out, so we might want to just keep building ships here, most likely. I keep checking to see if as soon as I have the population, I want to keep expanding the cities, because it's going to give me more and more income, production, all that kind of stuff. So let's go with... like, all my ship designs are actually pretty good, so we'll do that. It's only a few turns here. I've got really good production ramped up in all of my port cities, so I can actually build things pretty quickly in most of them. And that was something I spent a lot of money doing. And then some of the new cities that we have as well that I settled, I ramped up quite a bit. Give me another bathysphere. Let's actually speed this up. Over here, this is going to improve my defenses, food production, and then just science. Here, do we want to speed this? It's fine. Just gotta let them passively building stuff up is fine. The Imperial News Network does give me a lot of good stuff. It helps everything, basically, per population. So I did speed that up. I don't know that we need a big production focus here anymore, now that I've got the city kind of on its feet. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is probably a good time to kind of shift you guys away from production. So let's go ahead and throw you into research. And we could add a museum. It's going to keep improving my influence. 3,000, I mean, we can definitely afford it. This is much better than this, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Bathysphere, we need some more stuff going. Don't have the population yet, it looks like, to expand the city. So we'll just go ships. Give me an artillery ship. Yeah, I might make somebody down here, because we've got a bunch of stuff that we can collect. Yeah, just make me a unit down here to kind of run around and grab some of these pearls and things and check out the ruins. I know we can head across to help out with the other armies. They're not going to be very strong, but we can do something. No, we can get another burrow going here. That's kind of important. Help build up the city. I want to have access to the water so we can get more ships going. 15 production, 12 gold. That is pretty darn good. I'm not too concerned about leveling up my cities necessarily. This is pretty good. 15 production, 12 gold. Let's go there. So with these cities, I think I just settled in the last one. Sure, let's do that. Benevolent Emperor is pretty cheap. Quick to get out. Again, any place I can build ships, I'm going to keep going on production. Everything else is kind of secondary. We'll even get seed storage. That's super quick. Can do that at kind of the same time. And up here, we're just kind of passively building a new city up here. We've got a bunch of things set up. What do we want after that? Probably public granary. Get our trade network going. Just get all that set. That'll get roads built up there. Okay, that's it for my cities. So I'll probably just skip through that on the next few turns. We're just kind of trying to fly through here and see what happens. I'm a little concerned about this mess, so let's keep an eye on that. I might have to actually fight if the sea monster comes after me, like my big fleet. We got all kinds of stuff built. Improve your chance of survival by building a large-scale aquatic center. Got almost 2 grand. Eureka! Sages from across Eureka are envious of your scientific prowess, and the scientific knowledge of your empire gains an unexpected advance. We've got 1 bathysphere versus 1 fire ship. Alright, we'll just auto it. It's fine, whatever. Okay, take him out. Search for treasure. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Go and search sunken ruins of the bathysphere without killing the quest armies. Like we tried, it didn't work. So I don't know, whatever. Over here, this is no problem. And it looks like he's attacking me here. Is that what's going on here? Yes. Try to retreat, see if you can. Okay, got away. Still not in a very good spot. I don't know if I can even get out of here. Okay, I can. Or not. It's not going to let me. I'll have to go one at a time as it's being grumpy about positioning. Run! Try to head out to here. Is that all my movement? I guess it's all my movement. Well, you're probably screwed. More population. Militia's leveling up. Ooh, I don't like that. That I am not a fan of. Don't you dare try to take that away from me. I will absolutely declare war on you if you try messing with me. Actually, I can intercept, it looks like. All I have to do is get adjacent and we can attack. We're in a neutral zone, so it's totally fine. Even though we're not at war, we can still take them on. Okay, he just tried to flee. But I could leave some troops inside these, but I've kind of been focusing on building up my armies and fleets. So I think we want to kind of head in towards the fortress here. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit of a view of what we've got going on. Like I said, I still don't know where Masan is. Just getting a little bit of vision. So that, I think, is still held by the Wild Walkers. Start moving in on there. We've got our other fleet. Let's go here. Kind of taking our time at the moment. Searching this ruin, you come across the wreckage of a poorly planned expedition using some sort of incomprehensible construction of rubber hoses and glass bowls. The survivors claim they were searching the ruins when the vast beast came upon them, killing and devouring. They managed to scavenge some supplies, but their boat was destroyed, so now they're stranded. Give them a vessel to rebuild their expedition, and in return they will share some of the luxuries they recovered before the disaster struck. I don't want to give them a unit. We'll see. We'll think about it. I'm not giving you a unit. I'm not agreeing to that at all. Okay. We got a quest army here, popped out of nowhere. That's probably the one we have to destroy for that other quest that came up. That I was kind of looking for. So just gotta move up, get some vision on this area. See what's going on. Things are relatively peaceful here, surprisingly. Can't hide in the fog. Alright. Like to avoid the lightning if I can. It's just rain. Can we get into the fog? Hide in the fog there. We don't have any big ships in this fleet, so it is kind of fast, but not as strong. I don't know if we can take you guys. We do outnumber them, so probably. Can't quite reach them. We'll move on in. We've got some backup in the area, so I think it'll be okay. I tried to hold down these ocean tiles. Seems a bit problematic. You kind of just have to leave fleets behind. Would make things a lot easier. I'd worry a lot less. Like this, causing me some concern. I'd need this for the luxury resources. This is undefended, I think. Sea Monster's busy, so let's come on down and take this out. Okay. Wipe them out. We take this over. That gets me some pixie blood and palladium. Still have movement. Alright. That's probably all my fleets. Probably. I'm not actually sure. So here, yeah, you can kind of stay put. Same. Same, keeping an eye on things. So here, let's bring the other army up first. Oh, there's all this stuff to, like, check out. But I think we just want to get up here to help out, if possible. Yeah, just get there. Get as close as you can. Does have a little army here. What is this? Settlers. How about I just kill your settlers? Let's see if we can lure out any defenders. I don't think they will. They'll just run away. Yeah, I just have some militia in there. They're just going to run. Yeah. I don't think I can besiege the city now since I already attacked. Oh, I can. Okay. Sure, let's start a siege. So taking this territory away, and we'll kind of move on, I think. Just heading up the coast, maybe, or grab like these three potentially to start with. Could use another army over here. We could go ahead and build one up just by buying units. Okay, this is here, so we're holding on. I built a settler off to pull them out of the city. Was that mean? I think it was mean. Yes. So I want you to come down here somewhere. We do have the chromatic land, which is quite nice. There's also a life tree. And exotics. Yeah, we could kind of settle in the middle here, maybe, even. I'll worry about it next turn. I can't quite get it. I was thinking like here probably, but I'll take a look at it next turn, see where we can build it. Let's just move you somewhere. Go there. So you're up in Morkdra. So we have these relatively safe. Let's head on down here as well. So now I've got 3 armies of wyverns flying around. Oh, we've got a little bathysphere here. Go take that for me. I might station you in here. Can't quite make it. Have a new ship. Where do we want to go? So we have this under control. We're working on grabbing this. Got some loose guys running around. We could team up with them. I'm building a lot of ships, so we'll eventually build up a fleet somewhere. For now, I don't think there's anywhere I could go. Like, we could grab a pearl there. That's about it. For stuff I can grab. You know, just stick to the island. Come around. That's probably everybody. It always cycles through everything. It doesn't start from where you were. It starts at the beginning when you recycle again. Oh, we've got a new ship here too. So that's an Asamel. That's up here. Let's come on out. And I could temporarily throw some guys into some of these positions. I'll do that temporarily here. Okay, that's all of my armies. How long? Just a few turns. I could go ahead and buy some guys here. But units have gotten pretty expensive. Not terrible. They're also not that great. Any of the units that I pick up really aren't that fantastic. We could build a small army. Grab some of the stuff on the island, then head across, potentially. Not the worst idea in the world. Sure, let's do that. And that's over on Marin. I have so much money. It's just kind of easier and faster to do this kind of thing a lot of the time. We'll even give you an ended. Sure, why not? Buy all your glass steel. Driving up the price like crazy. And then here, we just make a new army with all of our new guys. Can immediately probably get some of the money back here. Yeah, 230. Okay, can't move anywhere else. So we'll grab the pearl, and then we'll have them shift over. Maybe we'll just check this stuff out here. I would potentially like to take this territory before these guys do, though. Just because it's a nice place to cross over. Like, really, both of these would be good, but I think this one's a little better. We can kind of block off anyone trying to move through this area, too, if we wanted to by sea, by having all three of these. We have this kind of blocked. Take this, we can block this as well. So I'm kind of worried that these guys are going to grab it beforehand. So maybe I build a settler over here, too. I think that makes sense. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, check out my city, see if there's anything I need to do, and we'll come back for the end turn. Okay, we're going to hit end turn, and we'll see how things progress. We have things kind of in hand, building a lot more stuff. Yeah, so this is still a problem. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we can keep running. Might kill this guy. Just trying to escape. Curious if this fleet's going to try to grab this fortress from me as well. I would not be happy about that. Oh, okay, we're probably going to get economic victory then, because we're now way close. Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Okay. Something's going on. There's a fight somewhere. Maybe because we're close enough we can stop him. So, yeah, I think we're probably just a few turns away, probably from economic victory. So that seems like a pretty easy way to do it, but I've also been really ramping up my economy, especially now that winter's over. We're getting just a ton of production going on. Okay, so this... It looks like we're at a slight disadvantage, which I think is a bunch of crap, but these are mostly bought ships. We might do better fighting this myself. It's over there. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's just switch to a different one. This one we can just auto. This is that 5. Wipe them out. Nobody died. Good deal. So yeah, here is what we're looking at with that fight. Wonder if I can bring you over. No. So they're attacking me, so it's my response. Okay. Yeah, we might have to actually battle this out ourselves, because it's showing them having a bit of an advantage. So I think if we do this manually, I'll have a better shot. I think. I don't think I'm that great at doing the sea battles. But, yeah, let's go manual. We'll stick offensive. Tis a bit of a mess. Okay, this is not great placement for you guys. So you have a range of 4. So how about you go back here? Although that isn't the lightning. We probably want to avoid the lightning. We'll make some space. There. You. There. Is that only 7 ships? Somebody hiding back here? Yeah, Bathysphere is hiding back here. Just go there for now. I'm not sure about like the timing of the lightning strikes and stuff, if that's going to be a factor during battle. Okay, looks like we are not going to be that quick. I do want to kind of prioritize. So the fire ships, a bit further back here. I can either tell them to go to a spot or attack a certain target. That's kind of the way it goes. We can also tell them to hold still or, you know, freely move to engage, that kind of thing. Probably we'll have the artillery ship just hold. Everybody else is fine to move in. Actually, go there. You attack. You. There. You. There. You. There. I might just have you hold still and just shoot whoever. I think that's everybody. Of course, they're going to move pretty quickly, so it's going to ruin most of my plans, but we'll see how it goes. It just did a ton of damage to me, and I did absolutely nothing to him, which is a bit surprising. Hit there with my artillery ship. Can't get into range with the bathyspheres. Got all the fire ships up front. Okay, you, yes, there, you there, you go there, you attack him, you attack him. You can go back after him. Same with you. Then you're gonna shoot at him again. That's fine, I think. Yeah. Just died to the fire there. Excellent. Flames all over the place. No, he's underwater, so I guess we can't get to him. Alright. So now that you're surfaced, go for him. You still go for him. You go there. Go there. You go there, and you let's shoot this guy. Yeah, going down because the fire's burning over multiple turns on them. take a bunch of damage, but we're doing all right here, I think. Yeah, so all of you attacking there, that's good. All of you attacking this, I think I'm totally fine with that. It's the fire tick going off there. Nice. Alright, like I said, we had not that much of a chance. We're gonna get beat up, but yeah, I don't think we lost anybody, did we? Nope, nobody died. Alright, so we helped the Sunken Ruins. We have to go back, and we'll get Piku's Blade. It's pretty good. Not terrible. Not bad. Alright, we had something run out. Multiple things. So I can't reactivate some of these. I don't have enough. We could try to buy some, though. Spices we can reactivate, so why not? Red Sang we can reactivate. That's XP on heroes. Don't have enough Hydra Meal. Don't have enough Moonleaf. And don't have enough gold. So let's take a look. Hydra Meal. There isn't a lot out here. We could buy 10. Gold is definitely a problem. Can buy some. And Moonleaf. I'm going to buy all the Moonleaf. I don't think that's going to push me up to being able to afford anything, any boosters. Yeah, we're not there. I think at this point I need over 100. It might be 158, actually, is what we need, which is nuts. Everybody's still happy. It is going to do a bit of a dent, not much, though, to my production of gold and stuff. Population's going up. Lots of units leveling up. Alright, we have a level here. So we could move up and grab the reinforcement positions in order to get to attack, or we can just keep buffing initiative. Accessory slot would then open up the ability to move better in the winter, potentially. Let's move up to maybe get the attack bonus later. Somebody else leveled. Oh, okay, she leveled up. And I think here, like, we're so slow, I'm going to go ahead and get the immunity to winter movement. Because it's just such a pain to deal with that when the winter comes, and winter seems like it's coming a lot faster now. So yeah, they're kind of getting trashed over here. So, my naval forces. We took a little bit of damage, not too bad. We do recover pretty quickly. Maybe you head up here. I think that's where Captain Pico was. Pico, Peekaboo, Peekow. Can't interact. We don't have the movement, I guess. Okay, I think we're good. I'm actually going to head down here to help build up this other force. Start getting another fleet together. Let's go ahead and make our move. You can't do anything. All right. do have a nice big fleet here. Can I dive? No, haven't done it. Okay, sure. Kind of like at least a couple to go up against this. We could probably take them. I think we've got better tech. We'll dive that, kind of hang out, give us a little bit of time to move up. So we intercepted them, destroyed that fleet. I don't want you guys causing problems either. Anything in this area, I'm just going to kill. Go anywhere near any of my fortresses, I'm going to take you out. Okay, let's head just as far up as possible. Not seeing anything, that's good. Head into the fog. He's got nothing defending this position. Can't make it there. I can get close. This is still a bit of a problem. Can we do anything here or not? Okay, got some dust water, not a big deal. Do have a ship there. I think if you just run. Can we get you up here? We can get you close. We can get at least a little bit of a fleet going in case this evil, nasty monster fleet comes after me. There. Okay, we've got another ship. Anything else? Sometimes these city tile names block any vision of stuff that's underneath. Okay, I think we're all right. That's probably all of my fleets. We might have like a random ship somewhere. All right, let's take a look, see what we got. So yes, you're hanging out. Same. Basically the same. You can see they're moving a few units around, nothing too crazy. Let's get involved. So I can probably storm the city now. There's only the two defenders. Like, we could probably just go for it. They've got reinforcements somewhere. Oh, that's from the next city. It is pulling all of us in, though. You know what? We've got a pretty big advantage, it looks like, so I'm just going to auto it and go for it. Okay, we just killed the militia. The other guys didn't really get involved. We lost nobody. Therat is mine. Are there any problems in Therat? You're pacified. You're pacified, so that's fine. Let's take a look at the city here real quick. Moderately built up. People are very unhappy, of course, as you would expect. Let's see. So as a priority, let's go Stronghold tactics, infantry cantina. We could increase the population, but right now everyone hates me, so maybe not at the moment. Seven turns. This is pretty quick, though. It's more fortification. Since we're on the front line, not a bad idea. People are unhappy, of course. Cargo dock. Yeah, let's go cargo dock. And we'll put that there. Getting a few things out quickly, it'll help me defend the city. But I think we definitely want to go ahead and just grab the next territory here, because the cities are so close to each other. It just makes sense to do that. All the production's already built, so I don't need to do anything crazy with that. Okay, we can't check that out. Still have my movement. We could move up and just start besieging the next city. Although I'm not sure if we can take that action because we just did an attack. Little unsure. Let's see if I move up. I'm pretty sure I have to be in their territory to do it. Can I? Yeah, we can. Sure. So we take these two, and then we can worry about maybe grabbing this one. But kind of getting things stabilized. Oh, there's a small army down here. Is that just the settlers? Yeah, settlers we saw before. Over here, let's go grab that. And we're gonna head out to sea to cross over into my new territory. But like I said, I do want to settle this as well. We do have at least one city here to deal with, though. Let's see if there's anyone else I need to move around. I know I've got at least the settlers that I need to move. Let's come on down. Settlers, look at where we want to build a city here. Like I said, I think this is pretty good. A lot of food production, happiness. We get the life tree, we get those exotics. We're not getting the chromatic land in, though, unless we go here. I think this is a fine place to start. We'll set up there. And with our new city, we'll just set up kind of the typical kinds of stuff. So the mill foundry, you get on production. Buy that for you. We'll take infantry cantina, stronghold, sewer system, public library, Empire Mint, all that good stuff. Canals. Alright. Who's left? So we have Merwan. We have a bunch of wyverns just kind of hanging out, holding the border here just in case, and spying on stuff for me. That's fine. Oh, we do have another ship. Bathysphere, just run for it. Try to get away from this thing. I think if I manually did it and I had 2 or 3 stacks of 8, I think we could do it. Take them out. Okay, that's everybody. So yeah, I think we'll be heading towards an economic victory here very soon. It's not going to take me too long. We picked up some additional resources. Still nothing I can do. Bit low on glass steel, so we could look at that. Yeah, there's just not much. It comes back really slowly. The stuff I don't need, I haven't been buying, so it's not really a problem. We could buy more units and build up my army. So I have just our mercenary force. I am building one. We had 4. So we could get like 3 more guys, potentially. Throw them over there and just meet up. Not the worst idea in the world. Got plenty of money, so let's do it. And we'll pop them out over in Moraine and move them over with the other fleet. Go here. We'll just cross over. We can check out some of the ruins and stuff and then merge them. And we'll be building that other guy over here. So yeah, we'll pause it again, and I'll check out my city, see if there's anything I need to do, and we'll come back. Okay, we're all set. So we just have to worry about the sea monster here, of course. Let's go ahead and hit it, see what happens. I think I'll probably even get to the money before I even finish the research I'm working on. I feel like it should be pretty quick, though, here at some point. Lots more stuff coming. It is going to slow down as we build more stuff that costs money, building more ships that cost money, all that kind of stuff. Oh, creeping around. I don't like it. Population growth. Leveling up. All right. Anything built? Don't think so. We did build somebody here. Let's get you out. All right, try to cross over. Gonna land, check out the ruin. Free cash. Check the ruin, we'll get some mithrite. Well, actually I was pretty low on mithrite, so that's actually a pretty good pick up. Let's just have you guys merge on in to this fleet. Probably have some other, yeah, I've got a ship there too. Nobody here, I don't see anybody there, so just you. Alright, giant sea monster is not going to follow me if I leave this zone. We could try to build up a force to deal with it, but I think we're better off just kind of holding on and heading out to take over these ocean territories that the Wild Walkers had. So we'll just say goodbye to the sea monster, sail away. See if we see any of his ships. Okay, looks like we're good. Probably wiped out his entire navy there. Here, we just want to take this fortress over. So this is going to give me some emeralds and glass steel, so nothing huge. Now ours, so we now control Strand as well. So the only sea zone they have left is this one. And we're kind of pushing it on the other side already. Let's Pale green. Okay, it's the Dusters? Vaulters. Something like that. I knew it was something like that. Something Urs. That might be their only territory, actually. But this is definitely Wild Walkers. Can we move? Yeah, we still have movement. Let's go grab that. Start heading up. I probably should have just rushed forward because we already have these guys here. We could manually fight the army or the fleet here. We might do okay. Not going to be happy about my presence for sure. Free dust, sure. Nope, I've got a fleet over here. Look at that. Where did they come from? Can just reach them, just barely. Are they the ones that I chased off before? Maybe they are. Nope, they look brand new. Okay, they just ran away. Yeah, there's all these like local barbarian type guys running around causing all kinds of trouble. Check this out. Alright, so we completed that. Captain Piku first thanks you and offers you her wealth as well as a special gift from her lockbox, her favorite blade. She then asks you to leave courteously so that she may resume her lonesome vigil. I think we probably... Yeah, we don't have to be in a rush. We could maybe grab this too. Lightning there. That one's fine. Avoid the lightning. Take a bunch of damage to the lightning. Seems like there's a lot of lightning up here. Anybody else around? I don't see... Okay, we do have a ship there. No, I want the ship. Artillery ship. Head down and kind of link up, and we can maybe make a move wherever we need to. I might just garrison you up here for now. Kind of want to keep an eye on things. We could just kind of hang out. Just watch the coast and see if there's anything over here. That's lightning. Can't make it past the lightning, so we'll just hide behind the lightning, keeping an eye on things. Alright, something's going on. That's their army there. City's only got 2 guys in it, you've got that. We're going to bring up some additional reinforcements. Looks like we probably want to be there. We could probably launch an attack. I think only the militia gets the health bonus if we go for it, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it must be only the militia getting the bonus if we launch the attack. So we're in a pretty good shape here. Let's go ahead and go for it. Okay, nobody died, surprisingly. It wiped them all out. So that will make clearing this out a lot easier. We can just kind of walk in now. But we've used my actions, so... we'll have to take the city next turn. We just wiped out all the defenders. Basically, we attacked that army, the militia inside came out to help. We weren't actually attacking the city itself there. Which was my initial thought we were doing, because it's on the city tile. But instead, we wiped out the army, which is totally fine. And we drew them out and killed them off. We're kind of in a position where, like, I could launch an assault on these guys, too. I don't think they'd be able to handle it very well. You know, we've got a big army here. This is their capital. We've got assistance. We could come in and take the capital. This army could take Yegg without too much trouble. So we could immediately just grab 2 of their territories without them being able to do much about it. But that seems a little mean. While we're already involved in kind of a worldwide naval engagement and conquest on the other continent, these guys haven't ticked me off enough. Like, if they declare war on me out of the blue or something, I'm definitely just going to eat them. But, like, I'm kind of looking at, like, yeah, they're somewhat stable. They haven't really done anything to me. They haven't been causing any problems for me lately, so I'll leave them alone. They don't need to be in the Protectorate, at least not yet. Alright, we've got movement here. We could just merge with these guys. But they're in a rain area, I think. I think that's rain here, right? It says ocean, no effects, but looks like there's rain. I don't know, it's being weird. Using the rain, you have increased upkeep, so that's why I didn't necessarily want to join up. But we've got plenty of money, it's fine. So we'll link everybody here. I think we've moved everybody. It's necessary. Alright, we've got a new unit here. I might have even built some more guys. I think you're just going to hang out, keeping an eye on things there. We do have a fire ship. Okay, that's everybody. Alright, so we'll do another quick jump here. I'll take a look at the city, see if I need to do anything. There might be some units that I built that are in cities as well I might need to pop out. But, yeah, things are going pretty darn well, and I think money is going to be the way we win this. But if I can just clear off this last sea tile of their control, I'd basically be happy, but taking out this as well and incorporating it into the Protectorate is also a goal I would like to achieve before things end. I just need like one more turn for that. This will take probably longer. There's got to be another fortress, but it might be totally undefended. We'll see what we can do. All right. Okay, we're back, so let's go ahead and hit end turn and see how things go. Like I said, we might have a bit of a challenge here. Let's actually look over here for this one. See if they come out and come after me. Something dropped. We're only at, was it 13k, 14k there? A lot of stuff getting built. That's going to drag the economy a little bit down. Grass silk, we can get going again. Right, there's a luxury item event going on. Let me actually take a look and see. Yeah, I still need a lot of different resources to get that going. So we are getting a good amount coming in. Okay, 21k now. I don't know why. Was that because the grass silk? It might have been. Yeah, it's double the trade route money. So that could have been what was dropping it down there for that turn. All kinds of chaos going on here. Let's start on land, I think, in this one. We've got a pretty clear path here to just take this city over. There's no defenders here at all. And Indorand is ours. How is this territory looking? Not fantastic on the food production side of things, of course. We'll go Stronghold, Infantry. Give me a Public Granary, too. We might have something cheaper we can get for some gold production. People, of course, not happy at the moment, but that will improve over time. We could do something about it. Will take a while, though. Pixie blood is not being collected, so we'll work on that. Just want to check and see if there's anything else that I need to grab. We could get an abbey as well. That's not really going to... Yeah, it's not going to bring in anything, actually, into the city. We could get a borough going if I were to do that. I mean, that makes sense. Grab the ruin, get that incorporated into the city. Should be fine. Alright, so that was now you, actually. So let's go check out stuff while we're here. Maybe get some of that money back we've been spending. We've got 86,000 dust, or gold, just kind of sitting in the bank there. And some more. I've got lava here, which is going to do damage to me, I think, because I don't have the tech for it. 25% max life when entering the location. Yeah, that's a bit rough. Just entering the location cost me a good chunk of health. Not a fan of that, but we heal back pretty quick, so it's not the end of the world. I think I'll wait to do it next turn. We can move, grab it, and then just head out. So I think you just stay there. So this is now being held by this faction, it looks like. The Vaulters. So this is still being held by the Wild Walkers. We want to take this away before anyone else swoops in to grab it. I've got the settlers over there. You... Okay, can we kind of link up? At least partially? Yeah, we'll still have some movement. It'll be alright. Go track these guys down. Oh, we're at a height difference. Can't get to them from here. That's disappointing. I mean, if they settle this, I'm just going to eat it and take it away from them. This is kind of the next target. We've got a settler coming. Did I already build the settler? I might have already built the settler. Yeah, we got the settler last turn. Oh, settler, my settler. Make a move on. Grab this, and then we'll eat that. We'll have a good chunk of territory on the other continent. We'll have this cut off. Perfect. Okay. What else do we need to do? Where's the monster? Okay, you're there. Just gonna cut through. Mainly I'm concerned to see if these guys build a fleet and come on down, so we might have somebody kind of hang out in this area. Got the fleet moving. So we could go grab that, I guess. I think there should be two, but I only see the one. There's not a lot of territory left, but there must be another one hiding out down there. Don't know if I want to chase these guys down. I think we're fine because we've got you here, so that's okay. I'm going to operate as my eyes. Just to see if we spot anything else. Pretty good vision around here. Yeah, not seeing anything. Alright, stay there. So I don't think we need to go back and chase them down. We've got this fleet that can do that. We need to get up here to help these guys. So I don't think we can take this with just one. We need a bit of assistance. Let's head on over, check this out. Some dust orchid. Yeah, it does look like there's only the one fortress in this zone, which is odd. Dust orchid. Yeah, can't do anything with that. Not enough to do anything. Alright, so we're on our way to taking over your last sea zone away from you. I still have not seen Masan. It's got to be in here somewhere. Still a good chunk of the interior I haven't seen yet. We have new ships. Just going to link everybody up here. Initially, we'll just throw everybody in here. Looking for the rest of my fleet. Right, we already moved you guys. Yeah, we've got two more ships here, so we can get you all built up. Actually, you're going to be kind of slow, though. Try to link up, not quite enough movement there. It's fine. Alright, who's left? Probably a bunch of fleets and armies I'm just leaving where they are. Like I said, we're kind of staged here for these guys, but I don't really want to attack them. I feel like it kind of goes against what the Drakken are doing and what they're here for. Do have some movement. I'm just going to wait on that, though. Okay, we can link you guys up. So we have a few units here kind of checking out the edges of the borders, making sure they're not sneaking around. They do have an army up here that's, you know, decent size. Don't have a lot over here, but I could very easily get stuff up to here to mean. If we went for Jurgador, we've got his army here to intercept, so that's fine. Okay, that's it. Could just make a 4 here, potentially. An army of 4. Yeah, let's do that. Instead of having a couple 2s running around. At least 3. It's kind of ideal. 4 is pretty darn strong for these guys. Alright, that is all the army movement. Stocks still haven't recovered that much. I am running a bit low on mithrite. We could get some. It's a bit pricey, but we could definitely do it. Let's get like 20 maybe. Yeah, it's about all I really want to do at the moment. I mean, we are collecting more. So we're getting a couple 9 gold. I don't have. I think doesn't one of my territories. I'm pretty sure that I grabbed has gold in it. I think. Yeah, we've got gold up here in Davenor. Davenor. We want. Got gold, titanium, palladium, glass steel. Yeah, let's do all of that stuff. Gold as the priority. Glass steel probably next. Titanium. Palladium is there. And I've got the money, we can just swiftly run through all this stuff. Anything here? Hydromeal. We can rebuild the ruined villages here as well. Once we get kind of the basics up, that'll increase my population. Oh, it's actually sisters here. Okay. We've had sisters in the army or in our faction for a long time. So the more we have, the more our armies will just heal passively every turn. Then we want... Where's the hydromail? I didn't see hydromail. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing glass steel. That's a bit of a problem. Well, we could at least get adamantium coming in. Get all that set too. Alright, so it should be next turn. I think we can move in, we can take this, and then... I don't think we'll have a good enough place to settle this territory, but we could kind of start looking at this other one. We'll have to deal with the locals here, which might be a bit of a problem. We can always just buy them off, if nothing else. We've got plenty of cash for it. But yeah, nothing too crazy. We'll go ahead and check out the cities and come back. Okay, so I think we'll keep an eye over here as we hit the end turn button. I think we've got to be pretty close to winning just by the gold input. Like, we've got so much coming in, like 21k right now. It's got to be just a couple turns away, so there's no way I think we're going to make it to even researching that first thing. We'll just kind of see as we progress through. As I'm taking more territory, I'm also going to be earning more money. We're building up stuff, we're getting more money, getting more production, all that good stuff going on, expanding our cities. I really hope winter doesn't come along and ruin everything. That's what's going to happen. Great. That's going to slow things down. We still are getting a lot, though. Nope, we might have just won. Let's see. Built a whole bunch of stuff. Winter has started. Maybe that's just winter. Less gold, less attack, less health, less food. Trade routes are down, movements down. Battle movement's down, defense is down, life is down. Hey! Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So I could continue playing, but I don't really think there's much point. This game has been dragging on for so long. I'm kind of surprised, considering how fast things were going as far as gold production and research, that it was kind of pushing to, like, have 40 territories under your control to win by domination, which just seems ridiculous. Like even 20 is kind of unwieldy and takes a really long time to go through your turns. Like this is just bonkers to try to do that. I mean, I could go through if I just had infinite time, maybe. I guess if this is the only game you ever play, maybe that's fine to do that. But it goes pretty slow once you kind of have the empire going and you just start like I'm just gonna invade these guys because I'm bored, or fight something. Like I was starting off very role play like the Drakken, until we got declared war on and were messed with by the Forgotten. Then I went and just absorbed them entirely into the empire. And then the Wild Walkers causing some problems, them being like the number two, the upstarts, and closing off all the sea lanes to me. Like, no, we can't do this. We're a trade empire. We want to be able to spread across and have communication with everybody all across the world. You closing off sea terrain to us is not acceptable. So that's why we kind of went to war with them. But also because their own territories are sort of falling apart and they're having these locals causing all these issues for them. But yeah, I never even found the next part of my quest line, so that's a whole other weird issue as well. But it was pretty interesting to play as the Drakken. I think the Drakken are pretty good. They became very strong later. I think initially I was a bit behind, and then when I ramped up my research really aggressively, things went a lot better. And then my economy kind of followed afterwards and just exploded like crazy once I got a few techs out of the way that I needed. And then it just kind of accelerated from there. And then keeping everybody really happy, having a lot of the resources coming in, having all the luxury resources available, having almost all the luxury boosters going at the same time, all that was really, really helpful. So yeah, I could keep going. I don't think there's really any point to. I probably won't, even in my own free time. I think this is fine. We control the economy. We're so insanely rich. We can kind of do whatever we want, but it's kind of been that way for a while. Like we could just build a city and just build whatever we want immediately for free. We can build stuff wherever. We can recruit entire armies of mercenaries. We can recruit entire fleets of mercenary ships. We can do pretty much anything. It's going to be very hard to kind of mess with this. And there's no one else even really close, although the Broken Lords are kind of accelerating, it looked like. So yeah, it's really just kind of a thing where we're just going to go out and be like, hey, that's it. Everybody else, the Protectorate's established. We really don't want to have to run things. We'll kind of set up a fantasy UN, and we're going to be the dominant partner and just focus on trade and research. That's kind of what we want to do. That's all we're focused on. We don't want to enslave people. We don't want to do anything crazy. We don't want to tell you what to do in your own cities and stuff. Just do whatever you want. All right, I think we'll take a look at the score screen, though, really quick, if it'll let me. There we go. Yeah, just absolutely insane peak here. So we're at 4,360. They were like losing score, I guess, because they were over 10,000, over 1,000 at one point. I'm very, very sure. But I guess we did take some territory away from them, so they lost population, they lost territories, they lost military, that kind of thing. So yeah, number two, like way far behind, and number two coming in there, the Broken Lords. Military dominating expansion was pretty similar for a long time, and before we were able to kind of accelerate, and then it looks like they lost some territories. I think that was mainly like the Broken Lords and them got in a war, and they just lost. Population-wise, just absolutely crazy. Research, way ahead of everybody else. Food, industry, gold production, insane. Science, way ahead. Influence, empire approval is a mess. It's hard to even see what's going on there. Diplomacy, we're ahead. Quest, way behind. I never even found that other territory. Everyone else is like... I think everyone else is at the point where if they controlled a certain number of those highlighted ruins, they would win. But I had so many of them in my territory that I don't think anybody could do anything about it. But anyway, that's going to do it for this run-through of Endless Legend. I do have some other factions I kind of want to mess with, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to play them. So we'll see what happens. It'll be kind of hard to fit into my schedule here, I think, for a bit. At least if I'm going to make videos on them. So we'll see how it goes. But this was cool. I think the Drakken are definitely an interesting faction to play as. It's nice to have some non-human factions, although they basically play like lizard people. That's pretty much it. All right, this has been Endless Legend. I've been DisturbingPuppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I will see you all again another time. Until then, have a good one.